It's hard to be the authentic you when you really don't know who you are. I remember once I wrote that even at 60 I was trying to figure out who I really was. And somebody wrote in the comments, there's never been a time in my life where I didn't know who I was. And I envied that for a second. And then I pitied it.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi today. Did you have a good week? I had such a good week. You know, my ex-husband is here from Tennessee. He's here for 2 weeks and he's been visiting with my son and our grandchildren, and we've gone out a few times and we've had a very good time. We've had some pretty deep talks, so it's been really nice. Anyway, you know, once a year I do a video called Amazon Favorites, and I think you like it for a couple of reasons. Well, number one, I only do it once a year, so I only bring you the cream of the crop. And I usually only bring you items that enrich my life or have changed my life or made my life safer. And a lot of these items today that I'm showing you have a big fat coupon where you can get like $5 to $30 off the sale price. So that's kind of nice. But sometimes Amazon can be a big hit or miss. For me, when it's a miss, it's a major miss. So I've got some things in a lot of different categories. Things that make us safer in our house. This basket weighs absolutely nothing and it's completely balanced. And this is how I safely transport items or laundry up the stairs because, okay, I admit it, I have to hold on to the railing. And the railing is in my left hand, so that means my basket can be in my right hand. And it's very lightweight, it's balanced, and it's very safe. And you know, when you get into your 70s, you think about, I don't want to fall. I don't want any accidents. I don't even want a sprained ankle. I have to be very, very careful. And when I got that basket off of Amazon, I didn't know what to think. And I thought, well, maybe it'll work out because I cannot handle laundry baskets. So I love it. I had to show it to you. I will link it below. I think it's something that you might be interested in. I want to share with you 2 products that I get from Amazon that I would not be without. And they can even turn the worst foundation into the best. And number 1 is my e.l.f. primer. Beautiful, beautiful primer. It is also a sunscreen. You just put it on your face. It gives you a nice little glow, and yet it's protecting you from the sun, and it helps you apply your makeup because your makeup will just glide over it. It's just beautiful. And along with that, I use the Revlon Rose Glow. And I just feel like these 2 things are my secret weapon when it comes to my face, my skin. Like I said, I can use any foundation. Okay, almost any foundation. There's some really bad ones out there. But when I put this Rose Glow on, it's so pretty. And it's a skincare. It's actually hydrating for your face. But you can wear this underneath your makeup. You can wear it with no makeup at all, and then you can, like I'm doing right now, I'm putting it on top of my makeup for just a little bit of a glow, natural. It's just lovely. So I feel that if I can have these two products, yeah, I'm good to go. Women get very defensive about their favorite mascara. You know, someone will tell you, oh yes, I just love the CoverGirl Big and Bold mascara. And then you say, oh no, I don't like that. And they look at you like you just kicked their dog. Anyway, I'm not going to get real personal here, but I don't have a lot of eyelashes. And I have gone back just recently, this last week, of using castor oil on my lash lines so I can grow my eyelashes again. But there are two mascaras that I think are the bomb for people that don't have long lashes. My lashes, I don't know where they went. They left and didn't even leave a note. Anyway, the Sky High mascara, this is the best mascara I've ever used. I don't mean to offend anyone, but this is great mascara. This shade lipstick is worth it. 601 by L'Oreal. This is a sensation. Heidi Klum wore this to the Oscars and it's gone viral. My friend Laura Ray tipped me off to this. So I went to Amazon and I ordered it and I love it. This is a bag that I am using when I have to bring my laptop over to my son's because, you know, my grandkids and I are playing some type of game or something else. But anytime I have to transport my laptop, isn't this gorgeous? I mean, I get compliments on this all the time. Beautiful fall colors, under $30 with a coupon on Amazon. And, you know, I'll show you a close-up. But look at a little purse inside. How cute is that with the vintage type of font there? It looks so cute. I wanted to mention this bag. So if you're going somewhere, it can even actually, I suppose, you know, be a travel bag or a hospital bag or a, you know, I just met this guy and I'm spending the weekend bag. Did I say that? Oh, wow. Okay. But it's really cool and it's under $30 and it's so sharp. Everywhere I go that I am carrying this, I get compliments. So how cool is that? That's pretty cool. But I also like, you know, that kind of Chanel vibe, and I can get these little quilted black bags off of Amazon. And every time I get one of these little quilted bags, I don't know, it just seems so beautiful, and I just feel like, you know, it gives you that kind of Audrey Hepburn vibe. I don't know, you walk out the door and suddenly the world is Subrina and Humphrey Bogart is there waiting for you in his limousine wanting to take you to bingo. Just love fall. And I know gray is the hot color for fall. So I went out and I bought some Union Bay ankle boots, and they are in the coolest sophisticated gray. I'll show you a close-up of these. I have these in caramel and black and brown, and I love these boots. They're just perfect in every way. They're just so comfortable, and they look very finished with trousers or jeans. But I don't like boots that come up to my knee. That's very hot and uncomfortable for me. What I did is I bought some gray sweaters that are so cool, oversized. You know how I've always kind of worn clothes that are too big for me and really taken a lot of heat for it. But there you go. Now that's the trend. You got to wear clothes that are oversized. So, all right. Okay, maybe I'm clutching at straws here. What I did also is I went out and I got a couple gray dusters. Now here in the United States, we call a very long, flowy cardigan a duster. So just note to self. And there's just something about a duster. I think I have a duster in every single color that exists. And, you know, this was a very popular Amazon blouse that I wore this year, so I'll link this blouse below. But it looks great with gray, doesn't it? But I love that kind of gray and black kind of look. And with a duster, if you put on a little weight, you know, it kind of shaves off a little bit on the left and shaves off a little bit on the right. So, you know, kind of makes you look a little bit thinner if you care about that type of thing. Some do, some don't. I do. But I love dusters. Amazon clothes really can be a hit or miss, but the blouse that I'm wearing today is an Amazon blouse that you really liked. So I wanted to make sure that I wore it today and that I linked it below. So it's just really nice for fall. I think it's extremely flattering and the size chart is perfect. So this blouse just fits me so nicely. Plenty of room in the bust, but it's very tailored to my shoulders, so I love that. But of all the blouses that I have worn from Amazon that you liked, this one right here with my cool sunglasses. These are my reader sunglasses that I love so much that I get off of Amazon. Everybody loves those. This blouse, oh my goodness, you just love that blouse. The thing about fall is I love greens and grays and blacks and browns, and that doesn't make for a very fun fashion show. But I did try on some of my sweaters for you, and I'll link them below. But they're so beautiful. For me, Amazon with clothes can be such a nightmare. Either the clothes, they don't fit right, or they're very low quality. The buttons are bad. It's not true to size. The clothing doesn't look anything like the picture. Do you go through that? Well, that's why the Amazon videos are so important, because I don't know how many times I have felt so deceived and ripped off buying clothes on Amazon. So when I show you my very favorite winter tops, please know they're beautiful and they are high quality. And I think they're all on sale. But I want to show you my gray turtleneck with the great buttons on the, it's the little details that matter. And this is so comfortable and soft. And everything I'm showing you, I did slap it on. I didn't look my best putting this on for you, but I'm going to show you anyway. times you can be a little bit overwhelmed and kind of worry about things. But with Amazon, one thing that has really helped me sleep is this is the very best electric blanket throw that I've ever had. In the wintertime, I put that on my bed an hour before I'm going to go to bed. And then, it's kind of chilly and you get underneath the covers and it's so toasty and warm, I fall right asleep. It's better than eating peanut butter right before you go to bed, almost. This is just the prettiest quilt. Amazon has just beautiful quilts that are at such a reasonable price. If I were to buy this quilt at a department store, it would run me right around $150, but on Amazon, I can get it much, much cheaper than that. One thing that really helps Desi's arthritis are these electric throws. They not only help Desi, but they help me too. There's something very healing and very soothing about an electric blanket. Of all the things in my house, you always seem to compliment me on the shears for my windows. In my living room and dining room, I have 5 windows, and I didn't know quite what to do with them. And you suggested a very beautiful shears. So I did get these off of Amazon, and I will link them. When I went through that flood last year, it changed me. And one thing now that I can get off of Amazon, these are alarms that go by anywhere you have a toilet or a sink or your washer dryer. These are alarms that if any water hits them, they send off an alarm that you can hear anywhere in your house. And also you can attach this to your phone. So if you're out dining, you will get an alert on your phone that there's water touching the floor in a room and it's not supposed to be there. You would think these would be just hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but they're not, and they're on sale right now. So I love them. I mean, talk about peace of mind. They're just wonderful. For me, this isn't a hypothetical. This isn't a luxury. This is a necessity. One day I was running water. I wanted to get it hot. It takes, about a minute for my water to get hot in my bedroom. So I started running the water, and then I went into the kitchen and I kind of got, a little delayed there. So a few minutes later, I come back to the bathroom. I didn't know my drain was clogged, and the water is just cascading off of my counter and out of my sink onto my floor. My floor is beginning to flood, and that happened in like 5 minutes. If I had had an alarm like this, that never would have happened. Sometimes it feels sort of good to be secret, doesn't it? Keep yourself away from the world that you don't trust, that you don't understand. Our world is changing. Our world is changing so much. Sometimes I just feel like building a fort around my life and not letting anybody in at all. And other times, I just need a hug. I had such an interesting talk with my ex-husband a few days ago. We were talking about if we could go back when we were young. I was 15 and he was a little older than me. And we were talking if we could go back, did our life turn out the way we thought it would turn out? And that led us down a lot of roads. And I think we talked for hours. He was talking to me about something called the imposter syndrome, where you think that people won't like you if they know the real you. So you sort of morph yourself into the person that you think they might like, or a person they could relate to. And so you lose yourself. And all your accomplishments, everything that you've done in life, you feel you really didn't do those things. You're just a fake. You're not as good as people think you are. So on and on. And I'm not really familiar with that. I have a lot of problems. That's actually one I don't have. But I had compassion, and he taught me a lot about that. I was watching YouTube the other day, and at the end of the video, it shows you other videos you can click on, and one was mine, just out of the blue, like how I built my life over again or something, one of those. I clicked on it, and I didn't exactly recognize my facial expressions or the kind of giddiness of my voice. I mean, I knew I wasn't trying to manipulate you. I wasn't trying to be something I wasn't, but I could tell I was putting on this face and this voice and this attitude that wasn't real. I mean, I was really hurting inside, but I didn't want to share that with you. So there I was being like Judy Holliday and Born Yesterday. And it made me cry a little bit. It wasn't that I felt sorry for myself, but I felt regret that I didn't really know at the time that I needed to take time to heal up. And I didn't take that time. I kept filming, and I kept coming back every week. I've been around the block a few times, but I don't think I ever really internalized that what people really want from me is not great coiffed hair or a great outfit or a clever conversation. What they really just want is for me to be real, and that there is a path and there is a journey for you to feel comfortable enough to share the real you. But when I saw myself struggling so much to make you think I was happy, it did something to me. Have you ever looked back on an old picture of yourself where you're smiling and you think to yourself, I was dying inside at that birthday party? Or just maybe there's a memory where you think, I don't think anybody noticed how bad I was feeling. Because you just didn't dare. You didn't dare to be real. And I think one of the best things about our age right now, we have earned the right to be real and to stay real.
I love it here. There's so many hills and trails, and this is where Desi and I walk, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, is this fort that showed up. I find that to be incredibly amazing. I don't know who did it. I don't even know when they did it. I was here, I don't know, 5 days ago. How's that possible? There's a time to build, and there's a time to tear down. There's a time to listen, but this is our time to talk. We didn't come this far to turn back now.
Still haven't given Desi a haircut. He's a little hairy mess, so tomorrow he gets a haircut. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I had so much fun. I think next time I better break up the Amazon favorites into 2 different videos because I just had too many things. Please, down below, if you get a chance, could you share something about your experience with maybe getting older and feeling you could be real? Please have yourself a wonderful, happy, safe, brand new week. And when you're done with your week, you come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
Goodbye, little poet. It's hard to be the authentic you when you really don't know who you are.
You can get anything you want at Amazon.